With Bitcoin, there's no thing that backs it up. And that's what makes it different. It's just belief. You and I assess. You assess the value is going to go down. I assess it's going to go up, and therefore I buy.
Elizabeth Warren is right about Bitcoin, and I can't believe that I'm saying this. Bitcoin isn't backed by anything because only debt is backed by something. If we look at diamonds, what are they backed by? Nothing. Diamonds are the asset. If we look at gold, what is it backed by? Nothing. Gold is the asset. And if we look at Bitcoin, what is it backed by? Nothing. Bitcoin is the asset. And I already know what you're thinking. Comparing Bitcoin to gold, how could this be? Gold has several use cases. That is why it is so valuable. Those are just additions on top. Sure, you can use gold for jewelry. You can use it for dentistry. You can use it for artificial joint replacements. But the reason why gold has a $13 trillion market cap is not because of its use cases, but because it fits the properties of money. Actually, it has fit these properties better than every other asset for thousands of years. If the value of gold was based solely on its use case, then copper and steel would be worth a lot more than gold. But of course, it's not. It's all because these properties of money. And when we look at Bitcoin, it has several use cases, which we will speak about later in the video. But on top of that, it also fits these properties of money even better than gold. So as Elizabeth Warren said, it's just belief, and she's right about that. But it didn't come from nowhere. Bitcoin is not backed by a government. It's not backed by someone, and that is its feature, not its flaw. Remember why we're here. Decentralized money, money that is not controlled by one person or even a few people or by something physical backing it. Rather, it is backed by math, money with set rules, money that is global, and a monetary supply that cannot be manipulated. And this is why there is a wide-scale belief in Bitcoin around the world. But when we look at paper money, it's literally paper. Paper is not scarce, it's not rare, it's not durable. Paper is debt backed by something. It used to be backed by gold, an actual asset, but then in 1971, we came off the gold standard. So the United States dollar went from debt being backed by gold to today, debt backed by even more debt. Or to be technical, today it's backed by the full faith and credit of the US government. But to be fair, the United States dollar does have backing. I've gone through several threads, I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, and everyone's always saying the US dollar is backed by nothing. This I would disagree with. The United States dollar does have the backing of the US military, which is today the most powerful military in the world. So today, if the United States doesn't get its way, it will fight its way through. But because of this belief, the United States has abused the dollar. They print the dollar whenever they want for whatever they want. And countries around the world are getting pissed off. And they are moving away from the dollar. We'll talk about that a little later on. But first, I want you to see this clip from Elizabeth Warren where she compares crypto to art.
So it's more like this artwork?
No, because at the end of the day, I can hang that thing on my wall.
Right.
And I can enjoy it, or I can throw darts at it.
You could sell it for money.
Sure you can. I mean, there are features about it that are the same, but it's not the same.
And again, she's right. Art you can hang up on your wall. You can throw a dart at it. But with Bitcoin, you can't do the same things. With Bitcoin, however, you can do other things. Bitcoin is a means of exchange, a store of value, a unit of account. And I'm not just throwing out these buzzwords. These are real, practical use cases, and I'm going to give you real world examples. While you can't hang up Bitcoin on your wall, you can use it to escape war with nearly half of your life savings in crypto. And you can also use Bitcoin in Canada if your bank account is frozen. Also, if your GoFundMe page is frozen as well. From there's only one option, Bitcoin. And you can even use crypto to raise $3 million for patients in India. And it's as simple as the Polygon founder creating this initiative online and posting a donation address. Crypto has no boundaries. Anyone can use it. And that's exactly what Elizabeth Warren is afraid of. But here's the funny thing. The United States government even uses crypto to pay informants. Crypto has a use case, more of a use case than art. And it also fits the properties of money. But Elizabeth Warren hates crypto. She is probably crypto's #1 enemy. She's even building a campaign around this. Elizabeth Warren is building an anti-crypto army. This lady hates crypto. She hates the freedom that it provides. But the next clip I'm about to show you is where things really spiral out of control.
Look, one of the things we have to remember about, there are a lot of things that come within this crypto world. So for example, we could be talking about, instead of Bitcoin, we could be talking about digital currency. Now that's something very different.
I think that's different too. I buy that. I accept that.
That's right, because that's a government-backed electronic transfer. And it can be denominated in dollars, it could be denominated in euros, it could be denominated in some new language that's made up. But that has something that backs it up. It has a government that says, if at the end of the day there's a run on this stuff, everybody wants theirs out, the United States government promises there will be something to back it up.
So Elizabeth Warren made a clear distinction between crypto and central bank digital currencies. Central bank digital currencies are not crypto. It is fiat on steroids. Fiat with absolute government control. And just like fiat, CBDCs can also be printed to infinity, which is why the US guarantees there'll always be money in your bank, because even if there's not money in the bank, they'll go ahead and print some more.
Your ATM is safe. Your banks are safe. There's enough cash in the financial system, and there is an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve. We will do whatever we need to do to make sure that there's enough cash in the banking system.
And because the US has been printing money whenever they want for whatever they want over the last several years, other countries are getting very fed up, and they are slowly moving away from the US dollar. BRICS nations are working on creating their own new currency. China and France have completed their first LNG trade using the Chinese yuan. Russia is considering using the Chinese yuan as a reserve currency. China and Brazil have agreed to use the Chinese yuan to settle trade rather than the US dollar. India stated they will settle trades in Indian rupees with certain countries rather than US dollars. It's been a rough month for the US dollar, but one country in particular I'm worried about is China. They're looking to replace the United States as the world reserve currency. And if that does happen, which I hope it doesn't, but if it does happen, I have a plan in place. And if you want to know more about it, go ahead and watch this video right here.